this is the shop. And this is also interesting. I hope the Aurochs don't lose their first match again. I'd like to see them at least I'd like to see them at least tie a game one of these years. I think it's that dog. At least, if that's the only dog in the village. Is it now or is it later? It's later. There's something you have to pick up from that dog later, and if you don't get it when you get it, then you have to wait till ages, and you have to fight a stupidly difficult boss to get through to get it, and blah blah blah, and... Welcome, buy items. Don't actually need to. So off we bugger. Ooh! Thank you, come again. Yes, I know that was a woman, but that's not the point. And if you don't get that, then you've been living under a rock too. Little treasure trove. Yeah, we're just gonna steal your stuff. Don't mind us. We got your money, we got your high potions, and we got your potions. Sin struck me said village and I skipped that line. After this house got hit, I guess the owner just let it be. Oh, it's not yours, some guy just left it. Well, good, because if it had been yours and you had just watched as we stole everything you owned, I'd be worried for your mental health. And here's Gada and Luzu. We'll talk to them in a second. The Crusaders Lodge is open to guests. Take a rest? Nope. That basically is a rest system so that you can restore your health. But I don't see the point, because there's a save sphere right there, and I'm pretty sure they restore your health too. So, what? Anyway, I leaned forward when I did that whir. Hope that didn't make it too loud. Oh, for God's sakes, I wish my headphones would stop crackling. Gutter.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir! The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Right. Just looking at my 2 times, they're a little off, but that's okay. If this is desynced by half a second, I'm sorry. What's this? Yeah, this is basically a tutorial thing. I don't know if they show up very often or not, because I've never used them, but basically that just gives you information, like on Overkill. If you just strike an enemy down with a particularly powerful blow, the finishing blow must deal a massive amount of damage, so basically you have to... If an enemy's got, say, 300 health, you might have to... The final blow must kind of like deal an extra 200 damage than it needed to kill it or something like that. I don't know, just... That's basically the system. It depends on the enemy, depends on the enemy as to how much extra health it needs in that final blow. Extra damage it needs to take in that final blow for an overkill. Ooh. Not this house. The other two houses have nothing in them. I misread. Chair will need to go to the temple up there in a sec. But yeah. Up here, there's Albed Primer. Bugger off. Albed Primer 2. I assume we have that, because I can't seem to get it. We do. Good. Anything more to say?
We've been excommunicated from Yevon. We must go, now. Everything is riding on our last battle.
Anything else?
We must go.
No, just repeating yourself, you.
But soon, we may be able to finally defeat Sin. We've got a plan, one that'll go down in Crusader history.
We've got a plan. One that'll go down.
But soon...
Anyway. I'm looking for an old man. There's an old man who gives information. Oh, there's a dog. Who I may as well talk to fill in the bugger off. The people who don't know much about this game. I haven't heard in any comments of anyone, but I'm sure there's at least one of my subscribers. Not you. Hate the way they walk around. Hard to find. Stupid people, you reckon they'd stay in one spot like they do in older games? No, well, I mean, even in Final Fantasy 1 they walked around, but at least then you got a top-down perspective of SHUT UP! My dog just... Oh, go away! My dog just looked up at me as if, what the hell? Oh, hello. No, you're not you're not a man. You're not a ban? You're not a ban! You're not banned at all. Okay, I give up. Apparently there's some elderly man that gives you... that you can ask questions about Yevon and all these places. For terms. But not important. I was just going to ask for the sake of asking. Here, this might be him.
I heard the Sin toxin got to you. Took your memory, huh? I'd be happy to teach you anything you've forgotten, sonny. How could you forget Sin? I can't say I don't envy you, though. There's many who would give anything to forget the pain Sin has brought. Sin appeared 1,000 years ago, a raging demon intent on reducing Spirit to rubble. Everyone in Spirit lives under Sin's black shadow. But to forget Sin, well, I consider yourself lucky, huh? Something else you'd like to know, huh?
What's toxin?
The foul vapors that boil from Sin's hide are evil indeed. One breath, and it'll taint the very core of your body. People who get too close to Sin forget even the most important things.
Duh.
Just like you, huh? Something else you'd like to know, eh? How wretched you must be to have forgotten the teachings of Yevon.
Well, excuse me.
The teachings are the only salvation for those who suffer because of Sin. I'm sure you followed the teachings, before the toxin got to you, of course. Go pray at the temple, and all will return in time.
What's Zanarkand?
Zanarkand was once a great city in the far north of this land. Now it lies in ruin, destroyed by Sin 1,000 years ago. Such was its punishment for relying on too much machina.
No thanks, Gramps. What's that dog gonna do? Have you got something in your mouth? You're the talk of the town, you know. Word travels fast in a village this size. Only just got here. Gee, Waka has a big mouth. In we go.